Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here. A few of our top stories for this Friday: sightings of a rare deer at the Army Depot. We've got pictures for you there. Also, 2 people in jail for child neglect. That's in Winchester. And a look at the weekend with Samantha Burford's Weekender Report. All this plus more news and local sports and weather. That's all coming up today, Live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV story of the day, if you've lived around Madison County, you may have heard stories of the albino deer often spotted on the grounds of the Bluegrass Army Depot in Richmond. The depot is home to many wildlife species, including a strain of albino deer. Here is a picture of one recently photographed by Jared Turner, an ammunition specialist at the depot. Even though the depot recently opened its gates to on-post hunting, this special deer is not part of the hunt, only what is referred to as regular deer. When outside hunters come to the depot, they are escorted by a depot employee to ensure the depot's rules and regulations for hunters are being enforced. This is a rare sight and a breathtaking beauty rarely seen in the wild. That is a stunning picture there. Well, 2 parents from Clark County are facing serious charges after their baby was discovered in distressing conditions, prompting a hospital visit. Jaden Shoemaker and Brooklyn Lavizio were apprehended Thursday and are now facing first-degree criminal abuse charges involving a child under 12 years old. The investigation began on December the 18th after a concerned woman contacted Winchester police about the baby's welfare. She expressed worries about the babysitter's capability to care for the child and noted a lack of formula, fearing the baby might starve. Upon police arrival, the baby was found wearing only a diaper amidst unsanitary conditions, with gnat infesting the house. It was revealed that the child had been left with 2 women surrounded by soiled diapers and minimal baby formula while the parents were out making DoorDash deliveries. Emergency medical services rushed the baby to the hospital, where staff noted the infant's unkempt state, strong urine odor, and evident hunger. Following medical care, the baby was placed under the care of a grandparent. One of the women tasked with caring for the child, as per the criminal complaint, had a recent criminal history and had lost custody of her own child. She faced charges related to neglecting her child's feeding needs and later pleaded guilty to wanton endangerment. Shoemaker and Lavizio are currently detained at the Clark County Detention Center. They are awaiting further legal proceedings. Well, another busy week in Frankfort saw several bills move forward focused on medical and educational improvements. Keith West joins us today for the state capitol with more on what took place this week as the current work session continues to move forward.
As the state legislature approaches the midway point for the 2024 regular session, the pace is beginning to quicken on bills being considered in committees and finding passage in their respective chambers. Among them was House Bill 10, an omnibus measure aimed at supporting maternal and infant health care and reducing the high mortality rate for mothers in Kentucky. The legislation would require health plans to cover pregnancy, childbirth, and postpartum care, along with in-home treatment for substance use disorder. It would also require plans to cover labor and delivery costs and all services and supplies related to breastfeeding. The measure passed in committee and now heads to the full chamber for consideration. Another bill drawing attention this week was Senate Bill 6, which would prohibit colleges and universities from discriminating against people who refuse to support certain viewpoints on political or social issues. Senate Bill 6 passed out of committee and now heads to the full Senate. Also in the Senate, lawmakers continue to work on the state's 2-year budget, which advanced out of the House last week. Other bills moving this week include House Bill 115, which seeks to eliminate copays and cost-sharing requirements for high-risk individuals who need follow-up diagnostic imaging to rule out breast cancer. The measure cleared the House floor and now goes to the state Senate. House Bill 383 calls on school districts to develop a policy that forbids students from using cell phones during instructional time. The bill includes some exceptions for emergencies and learning experiences. The House Education Committee passed the bill, and it now awaits action by the full House. And Senate Bill 4, which would limit the number of sick days that teachers could use to enhance their pensions, a practice known as spiking. After June 2024, teachers could only have 10 sick days a year to apply to the formula for calculating their retirement benefits. The legislation cleared a Senate committee and now waits for a hearing in the full Senate. Lawmakers are scheduled to gavel back into session on Monday for day 29 of the regular session. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
Thanks, Keith, for that update. Well, the Richmond Post of the Kentucky State Police is investigating the recovery of a stolen vehicle on the Eastern Bypass here in Madison County. This crime occurred earlier today, February 9th, between 11:20 a.m. and sometime around noon. Security cameras in the area captured photos of this individual, and the Kentucky State Police need help identifying the person in the pictures on the screen now. If you recognize this subject or anyone else with any information about this case, you can contact the KSP Post 7 859-623-2404. All callers can remain anonymous. Take another good look at that picture. If you know that guy, go ahead and call 623-2404. Well, it was a scary sight to witness in traffic yesterday as a vehicle struck several other vehicles on the Robert R. Martin bypass yesterday afternoon. In the video captured yesterday and submitted to WBON TV, you can see the silver truck coming across the intersection by Man Chrysler and side-swiping numerous vehicles. Traffic was impacted yesterday as this accident took a couple of hours to sort through for local law enforcement and emergency personnel. That is definitely a crazy video there. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got Todd in with your weekend weather forecast coming up next.
Tis the season for sickness. Protect yourself and those around you with vaccinations at the Harness Health Pharmacies, powered by Mercy Health. Mercy Health Pharmacies offer vaccines for influenza, COVID-19, pneumonia, and RSV. Most vaccines are covered by the insurance, and in case they are not, Harness Health Pharmacy also partners with the primary care clinics for patients that are required by insurance to receive their vaccines there. Stop by the Harness Health Pharmacy in Irvin, located next to the Mercy Health Irvin Primary Care.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Did I ever tell you about that time I zipped right past that dang Sasquatch?
I don't think so.
Yes, sir. I don't know how they ever got away if it wasn't for this brand new side-by-side I got at Gateway Cycles.
In Mount Sterling?
Yes, sir. They set me up with something that left old Sasquatch sneezing in my dust.
Jimbo!
Lord, I hear him coming back now.
That ain't no Sasquatch. That's Mama.
Get a great deal on Sasquatch eluders today. Gateway Cycles, Mount Sterling.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Another warm day out there in the Bluegrass. We've got Todd in the Weather Center. He's going to give us a look at that forecast for the weekend.
Thanks, Gwendolyn. Yeah, heading into the weekend, it does look soggy. We may even see some of the rain develop as we head through the evening and overnight time period, but better chance of rain and even some thunder sliding into this weekend. Here's the view from north of town. A little bit cloudy out there. Of course, the roadways dry earlier today. Noticing some showers developing to the south. This is the beginning of what will be a slightly soggier weekend. So as you notice, some isolated showers developing here overnight tonight. It will be a mild night. Temperatures hovering in the mid to upper 50s, and even a couple of claps of thunder by early tomorrow morning, continuing into Saturday. 63 degrees. Saturday night down to 44. That's above average in terms of overnight lows. And then Sunday would cool down to 53, still above average. But a few showers tonight. Definitely a soggy weekend. Locally heavy rains mainly to the south. And then it does turn a little cooler heading into next week. So storm system, again, gathering strength to the south and west. We have a trailing cool front moving through the region on Saturday. Those showers and thunderstorms kind of lining up along that frontal boundary. So Saturday and Sunday, kind of watching that rain really start to move on in here. And this is how much rain we could see through 7 p.m. Sunday. Notice that to the south, Nashville, Knoxville, maybe 1 to 2 plus inch rainfall amounts. As we get a little bit closer to home, can't rule out up to an inch or more south of Richmond. Okay, so it is going to be pretty soggy this weekend. Might have a good indoor plan. Here comes that first round of showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight to early Saturday. Could have a brief lull in the rain, but then another surge coming in Saturday night and into Sunday. Again, total amounts through Sunday could be upwards of about an inch. There's our forecast tonight. Very mild, better chance of some rumbles of thunder early tomorrow morning. Southwesterly winds turning more westerly through the day. Rain does eventually wrap up on Monday, and then we'll cool off into the 40s Tuesday as the sun pops out.
Thanks, Todd. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, exciting news for families in Nicholasville. A brand new spot to beat the heat will be unveiled around Memorial Day. A splash pad at Lake Mingo Park, courtesy of Nicholasville Jessamine County Parks and Recreation. Best of all, it's free to enjoy with convenient restroom facilities nearby. While the exact opening date has not been confirmed, Dwayne McCuddy, director of the Nicholasville Jessamine County Parks and Recreation, told our media partner LEX18 that they aim to have it ready and going before Memorial Day. Pending weather conditions, plans for daily operation hours are also in the works. That's not all. Lake Mingo has even more to offer, including enhancements like a wider sidewalk along the 1 mile walking trail and a newly constructed, fully accessible fishing pier with regular stocking of trout and catfish. Thanks to a partnership with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, there's something for everyone at Lake Mingo Park. Looks like it's going to be lots of fun there in Nicholasville this summer. Well, Malvin Marced, a 43-year-old London resident, was arrested yesterday on a child abuse charge. He was arrested by the Laurel County detectives 1 mile west of London on Riviera Lane. Detectives were investigating a complaint that Marced had allegedly hit a 17-year-old female victim in the face. Marced has been charged with 4th-degree child abuse. He was transported and lodged in the Laurel County Correctional Center. Police were assisted in the matter by social services. The Kentucky State Police Electronic Crime Branch located, interviewed, and arrested Tyler Glenn Stamper, 25, on charges related to a child sexual abuse material investigation. Stamper was interviewed as the result of an undercover Internet Crimes Against Children investigation. The KSP Electronic Crime Branch began the investigation after discovering the suspect was saving sexually explicit images of minors to an online social media account. Equipment used to facilitate the crime was seized and taken to KSP's forensic laboratory for examination. Stamper is currently charged with 20 counts of possessing matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance. This charge is a Class C felony, punishable by 5 to 10 years in prison. Stamper is lodged in the Casey County Detention Center. Well, 3 people were taken to the hospital this morning after a 2-vehicle crash on Harrodsburg Road. According to police, one vehicle made a turn from outbound Harrodsburg Road onto Fort Harrods Drive with a flashing yellow light. The vehicle turned in front of another vehicle with a green light, then they collided. Police say the 2 people in the first car were taken with non-life-threatening injuries, and one passenger in the second vehicle was also taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. One lane was shut down while crews worked to clean up the wreckage, but police reported that traffic was not impacted. The long-awaited trial in the disappearance of Crystal Rogers is set to commence in February of 2025, a significant moment in a case that's gripped Kentucky and the nation since 2015. With Crystal missing for nearly 8 years, the trial marks a critical junction in the search for answers. 3 men are now facing charges related to the case, but Crystal's body has never been found, leading investigators to believe she died in October of 2015. In their first court appearance together, Joseph Lawson, appearing in a wheelchair, encountered his father, Stephen Lawson, both charged with conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with evidence. Brooks Houck, also charged with murder, joined them in court. Prosecutors debated whether they should all face trial together, while Joseph Lawrence's attorney sought a bond reduction based on his condition. The judge deferred the decision to Monday. The trio is scheduled to return to court in March after a thorough review of evidence. The defense hinted at a potential motion for a change of venue on that date, suggesting that the legal battle ahead remains complex and contentious. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Dawson Rule coming up next with all the sports from all around the area. That's right here on Live at 5.
The Kentucky Music Hall of Fame is home of legends and rising stars. See the best of the bluegrass as they showcase their musical talent on Live at the Hall. Each month's show will feature performances and interviews with new and exciting Kentucky musicians. Watch Live at the Hall Sunday nights from 6 to 6:30 on WBON Channel 9.1 and streaming on WBON Roku, Facebook, and YouTube channels. Check your local cable provider for listings. Live at the Hall is brought to you by Rockcastle Tourism, Team Kentucky, Marcellus Farm to Fork, and Lone Star Farm and Home.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstleCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Micah Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Hi, I'm John Leeds, owner-operator of Leeds Fine Jewelry. I've been doing repair work for over 3 decades. Not only do we carry a large supply of Kentucky agate, we also have several lines of natural gemstones. We carry everything from small diamond earrings to large 3.5 carat studs. We have pearl necklaces and pearl earrings. We carry a large supply of gold hoops. 108 East Main Street in in downtown Richmond, Kentucky. We're nationally known, we're locally owned.
Transparency is what separates Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration apart from the rest. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and are here to serve all over Central Kentucky. Their team of experts will help you break down the cost of a new roof or repair and help you make the most informed decision possible. From wind and hail, fire and smoke damage, residential or commercial, Kentucky Roofs and Restoration can do it all. Like them on Facebook to learn more or call 859-200-5065.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Heading into the weekend, there are some big sports games to keep an eye on. EKU basketball will be playing a massive conference game against Stetson, and our high school teams have winnable games coming down the stretch. Here's sports anchor Dawson Roll with all the details.
Friday's Sports Report is going to look at some scores and what games are to come this weekend. Beginning with girls basketball, last night Berea pulled off a 10-point road win over Williamstown 54-44. Abby Beard scored 19, Sophie Brewer scored 17, and Maddie King scored 13. Tonight, the team will travel to Lee County to try and win their second straight overall and second straight in the series. Now, Madison Southern's girls also played last night, and they hosted an under-the-radar but good Tate's Creek team. Creek was unfortunately able to pull off the win 66-58, but for the Lady Eagles, Bailey Hensley scored 25 and Hadley French scored 15. The Lady Eagles will host Pineville at home tomorrow to bounce back after 2 straight losses. Now on the boys' side, Madison Southern played a top 10 team in GRC yesterday on the road in Winchester, and they lost 72-54. The Eagles will stay on the road trip as a team, not returning home until February 22nd against Bryan Station, which is also their last game of the regular season. Model will host Casey County at home tonight for a 6:30 tip-off. Now Casey's 5-18 overall, so this should be a game Model wins at home, as they're looking for win number 10 on the season for themselves. Madison Central will travel to play LCA tonight at 7:30 in Lexington. Now the Eagles are 12-10 and Madison Central is looking for a win, so keep some eyes on the results of this game later tonight. Now some EKU sports news. The women's basketball team won big at home over Queens last night, 88-67. Alice Ricanati surpassed 500 career assists, becoming one of 13 active Division I players with 1,000 points, 500 assists, and 400 rebounds in her career. EKU returns on Saturday, facing Kennesaw State at 4 o'clock at home for Youth Sports Day. Now softball's right around the corner, and for EKU, their season actually began last night. The team started out 1-0 with a 9-0 victory over Wofford. Freshman Maddie Rutan threw an 8-strikeout perfect game, and the Colonels had 12 total team hits. The team's in action again today, playing George Mason in the Wofford Softball Invitational. And don't forget men's Colonels basketball fans. Tomorrow at 4:45, the team is going to be on the road facing second place in the conference, the Stetson Hatters. This game's result will play a major role in the final month of the regular season for EKU, as their home seeding and tournament seeding is on the line. That's going to be all for today's Sportscast. Thanks for joining me, and remember that this is Dawson Rule with Madison County's sports coverage.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports update. We're going to take another quick break, but don't go anywhere. It is Friday. We've got Samantha Burford coming up next with the Weekender Report.
And at the half, EKU leads State 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with a new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
For years, Richmond residents have been searching for a heating and air company that can do it all. That search is now over. Don't let the name fool you. Fayette Heating and Air serves all over Central Kentucky for both commercial and residential customers. With Fayette Heating and Air, they promise that no matter the issue, no matter the time, you can expect award-winning heating repairs the first time, every time. Visit FayetteHeating.com to learn about special financing and how to sign up for the Comfy Club. With Fayette Heating and Air, complete home solutions.
If it won't go down,
call Mr. Rooter, the best in town.
what do I do now?
Call Mr. Rooter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Rooter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home clean for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Rooter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Rooter.
Bye-bye, Poopy.
Well, welcome back. It's the start of another weekend. Can you believe it? Of course, that means there's all kinds of exciting local events happening in and around Madison County. Here to tell you all about them is WBON TV's Samantha Burford with this edition of the Weekender Report.
Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekender Report for the weekend of February 9th through the 11th, 2024. Let's get this weekend started. Join the Richmond Police Department for coffee and conversation. Coffee with a Cop is a recurring event for the Richmond Police Department to meet the growing community while supporting local businesses. You can drop in anytime between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. this Saturday, February 10th at the Red Poppy on Atwood Drive in Richmond, Kentucky. Enjoy a romantic dinner with live music by April Bixler at the Chenault Vineyards Valentine's Day celebration. There is a wonderful dinner with your main meal choices of prime rib, baked cod, or seared chicken breast, and a complimentary bottle of their newest wine for each couple. Check out the Chenault Vineyards Facebook page for a complete menu and pricing. Don't miss this performance of Shin Young at the EKU Center for the Arts this weekend, February 10th and 11th at 2 p.m. You will dust off your memory of what a more compassionate world used to be like and experience China before communism. Shin Yun's performance is a beautiful display of goodness, wisdom, and faith. For tickets, go to EKUcenter.com. Saturday night, you can have a delicious meal, purchase some live and silent auction items, and watch the awarding of the 2024 Community Sustainability Awards. This year's winter gathering is taking place on February 10th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at Churchill's in Berea, Kentucky. You can check out all the auction items and buy your tickets now at sustainableberea.org. An evening of pasta making and wine. Who wouldn't want that? There's a Valentine's pasta making and wine class at Harkness Edwards Vineyard in Winchester, Kentucky. It's on Sunday from 6:30 to 8 p.m. You will be making fresh pasta from scratch and top-notch delicious ingredients. There will be guided instruction from start to finish and one glass of wine with each ticket sold. Thank you for watching this February 9th edition of the Weekender Report. We hope you found an event you're interested in to enjoy with your family and your community. Make sure to tell your friends to watch the Weekender Report every weekend on WBON TV. And keep sending in those events. Thanks for watching. I'm Samantha Burford.
Thanks, Samantha, for that Weekender Report. Have a wonderful time out there this weekend. And, of course, we'll be right back here Monday. More news, weather, and sports live at 5.